Hello everyone, I'm home. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, listen, I'm recovering from the busy weekend of the festival that I went to at Margie's Frank's Farm Festival. Oh my gosh, you talk about a beautiful weekend. 2 perfect days of beautiful weather, not too hot. We had a tent. I got there real early and set up all my stuff, and then I just took a few moments to walk around and look at all the beautiful scenery. It was just I'm telling you, I felt sorry for anybody who wasn't there. It was just a step back in time to visit a working farm and seeing all the beautiful stuff and all the fun people. We got to talk to everyone and seeing the kids. Oh my gosh, the kids had so much fun. I was kind of jealous. They were taking hay rides, riding ponies, shelling corn on old antique equipment. It was just it was just fun to see. My friend Sherry was selling these little pumpkin dolls and everybody was going crazy over them. We did really well. I took a whole pickup truck load of stuff and I came home with just a small trunk load of stuff. So this is one of my tables. I sold it as I was taking it out of my truck. But the girl said, put it back up on your table and display stuff on it and I'll pick it up at the end of the day. We just had the greatest day. I had fun with Sherry and Rachel. We just had a great day. And I walked around when I had time and took pictures of some of the flowers and the things that they had done. Margie and her family, I want to thank them so much for all the work that they put into this. And like I said, if you're local and you don't go to this festival next year, you're crazy, because it just makes you forget everything. You just forget all your cares and you just walk around and see all the fun stuff. They had local honey, they had pumpkins and mums, a lot of artists. There was a guy that carved things with chainsaws. I found this on a table. It was 50 cents, and I thought it was glass. It's part of a lamp. Like, it was one piece that was left over, and they've lost all the other globes. It had a hole in the bottom of it. I bought that. And then I bought this little tin. I didn't really buy a whole lot because I was selling. I was trying to get rid of stuff. But I don't think this is an old tin, but it was really cute. Then I bought this off my friend Sherry, and I've told you before how wonderfully giving my friend Sherry is. And I knew if I tried to buy it, she would give it to me. So I left it there until the very end of the day, and no one bought it, so I bought it. And then Sherry had this cute centerpiece, I'd say from the 60s or 70s, for a wedding. It was like a bridal centerpiece tissue paper. It was beautiful. We sat right across from this big barn, and Margie was telling me that my brother-in-law, Terry, worked on this barn a lot and painted it and replaced some boards before he passed away. And I kept seeing people going in and out of it, so I told Sherry, what's in that barn? Let's go see. So we walked over to go through it, and Margie just had it decorated with the just old stuff. Some of it was for sale if you wanted to buy it. This is a 2-loft hay barn, and this was one of the chairs. The first thing I saw when I walked in, and you could put a couple boards across that and make a display shelf. Then I saw this old dresser. She just had old furniture and old things around. And then we have Tom and Carolyn Swanson in our community, and he was a local auctioneer who, the two of them together, made all these little buildings of prominent buildings in our community, some from the old days. And Margie and her husband purchased these when Tom and Carolyn had their sale. And they had a big long table in that barn with all of these on display. It was so neat to see. My sons used to go to field trips there when they were little, and both times they went on that field trip, my husband had to go with them because I was busy and couldn't go at work, and I didn't get to see all these little buildings. And you know how I am about miniatures, so I was tickled to finally get to see them. And lo and behold, there was the Dan Patch barn where Dan Patch was born. You know, in the last couple videos, I was showing you where we went to the Dan Patch barn and saw where he was born. If you haven't seen that, you should go back and look at that video. And he had made the replica of it, and he even had a Dan Patch horse. I don't know if it's a toy or just a little figurine, but I just had the best time walking through that building. He did a really good job of replicating it and making it look just like it. And his wife helps him too. And I think that it's so wonderful that Margie has them on her farm and in that building for display. So yeah, people kept going in there and looking around. And towards the end of the day, we donated some things to that building. But it was neat. My brother-in-law did a lot of work on this farm for her father and mother. So they miss him as much as we do. So Sherry and I and Rachel, we decided when we were done, all the little farmhousey like things that we had left over, we would take over and put in Margie's barn, and then she can sell them or just keep them on display or whatever serves the purpose of her festival. And we didn't have a whole lot left, so it was kind of nice to not have to carry it all home. And it was just wonderful. We saw animals walking by, and the little kids were just having a blast with all the fun things that there were to do. If nothing else, if she didn't have the flea market and the food, just the things that they had for the kids to do was worth going out there and watching. But we did really good, and we had fun. This is a picture that Margie had put on her Facebook page, I think from last year, but that barn is amazing. And then I brought my candy dish home that I got from Sherry. I did actually buy it from her. I made her take the money. It is so beautiful. I don't collect carnival glass, but I got that beautiful bowl last year that's been on my coffee table all year. So this pedestal bowl, it's 9 inches tall and it's just in perfect condition. And I set it on there and I put some Tootsie Rolls in it, and it's just beautiful. Sherry is the most giving person, and we do give each other things at the flea market. We were giving each other all kinds of stuff, but I wanted to buy that from her. And I put it on the table right next to my other one. Now, this one's more gold. The other one's more of an orange color, but they're both carnival glass, and they both hold candy, and they both look beautiful on my coffee table. And if you can't tell, I'm just thrilled with them. Then this was a little picture that I had taken, and I kind of hoped that it didn't sell because I love it, and it didn't. So I brought it home and put it right back on the coffee table. I need to get rid of stuff, guys, but I keep dragging it back home. And then my pretty thing I found, it was 50 cents at that table, and I thought, well, I'll take that random globe that's not really glass. It's more like a heavy plastic. It's not really plastic. It's more like lucite, maybe. I don't know, and I don't know that it's old, but it's so pretty. It's got a hole in the bottom of it, so it goes on top of a light bulb on maybe a lighted fixture that hangs from the ceiling, I assume. And this is my window. I took all the cranberry glass out and put all my amber and gold stuff. And I know I have a lot of stuff, guys, but it really does look pretty. I just love the way the light shines through all the glass. So I set it in the window, and I'll probably put a battery-operated light in it. And for 50 cents, it really made me happy. It's beautiful. It looks like glass. It feels like glass. And I dug out a couple of my fall-inspired postcards. They were my great Aunt Grace's, and set some of those around. And I'm gathering up what's left and the last of the seed pods to be sending out to you guys probably next week. My flowers, they're about to sleep for the winter, and boy, they sure deserve it. They've given me a wealth of beauty this summer. I just had so much joy out of my flowers. I hate to see them go, but they've done their job. They've been beautiful, and the zinnia seeds are finally coming on, so I'm going to be able to send you guys some of those too, the ones that asked for them. And so, yeah, I'm real happy with how my flowers did this year. We had pretty good weather for them. And the Elvis project, I hate to even bring it up, but guys, I redid it twice, and it keeps getting rejected. I think, this is my feeling, I think that Elvis is so copyrighted, even saying his name will shoot you down. So I've got to go back and take his name out of it, I guess. I don't know. I'm reading up on the rules and trying to figure out how to do it, but I guess I'm going to have to take all the theatrics out, any kind of music, any kind of anything that mentions Elvis, I guess. I don't even know if I should mention him here. So I'm going to call him him when I show you that video, and it's going to be pretty plain Jane, but I don't know what else to do. It just keeps getting flagged. So I'm working on it. It's really put a damper on my fall because I wanted to get that out there and get on to other things, and I've still got to do that. So now that the festival's over and I have some time, I'm going to try to figure out how to redo it and make it interesting without mentioning his name. And obviously he's all over the video, so everybody will know who I'm talking about. But it just is what it is. Until I figure this all out, it's just going to have to be the way it is. So I'm enjoying fall. I hope you guys are enjoying what's the beginning of, really, this beautiful fall. I bought this cabinet a few weeks ago with 2 glass doors, and it's vintage, but I'm having trouble decorating it, so I may have to have you guys help me with that a little bit. But as always, you can follow me on Instagram at MarcyJoe631 to see what's up and see when I'm putting out a new video. And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for always jumping in and checking on me and listening to my rambling. And I would encourage you to please like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I'm getting more subscribers and I'm going up, up, up. And I am so excited. So I love you guys. I really do. I love you from the bottom of my heart.